you know what? Okay, I heard someone say this, and it's really cute. He was like, I don't know if I believe in God, but I believe in goosebumps.
Did you have sex with him?
No, I'm sponsoring him, so...
Okay. Cut that out.
You can use it. Who cares?
Oh, okay. Well, I guess we've got our cold open. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the very first episode of the new podcast, The Table. I am Stacey McGonigal.
I'm Patrick Murray.
Oh my gosh. If you know us, hello. If you don't, hello. Subscribe. We need it. This is episode 1 of The Table.
Yeah.
Which is asking a lot of us because we have to explain.
Mm-hmm. We have to take you with us. We have to.
Yes.
You have to reframe what you may know or very much not know about what we were doing and bring you over here to something that is quite similar,
very
but
much
also
so.
To us, very different.
Oh, it's different. So Patrick and I had a quick 7 or 6 episode, we can't count, stint on a podcast called Regular Pop, which you can catch up on down below. There will be a link. Yeah. And from that, we started playing this game called The Table. And essentially the table is like, who is at your ultimate table? Mm-hmm. Who's at it? Who, what, where? What's going on? The only rules are Patrick and I have to be there.
Sorry. And how does it go? Like, who do we play off? Who do we maybe need to get on board?
Who are we enjoying? Who do we have questions about? What time is this meal at? What are we eating? How would all of us react? And so we're excited to have guests on to talk about their table. Yeah. And also, every week, Patrick and I will be discussing who's at our weekly table. Mm-hmm. Who are we loving? Who do we need to just like have a meal with? And also, who's at the kids' table?
Fuck them.
Yeah. Who is not it? Who is like, needs to go over there and take a moment.
Because of course, if you've watched any episode of Regular Pop, we can't just be sitting here celebrating people.
It's not what I like to listen to when I walk my dogs. You know, when I'm picking up shit, I want to hear about shit, and I want to know information. So if you're a friend of ours and listening to this and you want to talk some shit, like get on the table. Come.
I thought you were going to say if you're a friend of ours and we say you're at the kids' table, then that's a note for you to.
Well, I want to make it clear in episode 1, I am happy to name names of dear friends that I need to put at the kids' table.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. I definitely want any table to be open, flexible. One week, maybe you're at the main. The next week. Who knows?
We can't pretend that everyone's table is forever. If we did, then WhatsApp separate threads wouldn't exist. If you're on a main thread and you don't know that there's multiple threads associated with the main thread, I don't know what to tell you, Janelle. I don't.
Because I love hard and I turn quick. Oh, And I also I gravitate towards people who are like maybe more controversial, on the fringe, riding the line. So then, now I find myself with like Jeffree Star merch that I'm like, well, I can't wear this anywhere. And that's going to happen. Like, and just, we just have to accept it. Sometimes people fall out of favor and we also give them the opportunity to come back.
Maybe. Yeah. I do want to just
Kevin Spacey's at my table. I've moved on.
No kidding. And the award goes to. Isn't he playing a lawyer against pedophilia or something? Like literally it is that.
Yes.
That's crazy. Mercury is certainly in retrograde. But what I want to talk about just quickly before we get into the table of this week What Jeffree Star merch do you have? Sweater?
It's a shirt.
Okay.
It says, what does it say?
Jeffree Star?
It's a little bit more subdued, luckily.
But I agree. I'm a merch whore too. Like, I love merch. I mean, I'm currently wearing our lovely Pal Visa Declines merch right now. Lovely drag queen.
Ooh, but that looks great.
This is also a video podcast. If you're one of those who feels, like you need to see what's going on, let me tell you, the hair is flat. It wasn't 20 minutes ago, but it is now.
Yeah, when you said you curled it, I thought, where?
Well, I mean, this is the thing. Like, I don't even know why I'm trying anymore.
But your face looks wonderful as always.
Honestly, that's such a nice compliment to hear, but it's also like not even a good one. Like, just someone going, your face is nice. I'd be like, well, fuck you too then, I guess. That's how it lands for me. Your face is nice. I was getting
beautiful, not as in like you have a kind face. Like,
no, because I don't. I wasn't blessed with, like, every time I walk into a store, everyone's like, are you in a rush? And I'm like, no, but this is just the face. But also,
yeah.
The face. See, I wish that like Botox was available to me, as, an evolving medical Botox was available, because then I would like boop into the pits, which I might now. I mean, I do sweat a lot.
I mean, I think
what?
I think everything should be covered by OHIP because it's like...
Oh, I thought you were going to say something else. And I was like, I agree.
Well, because to me, it's like age-affirming surgery. Like, it's like I
agree. Listen, I'm 35. Like, my acting career is done.
I'm 26.
As if. Oh, my God.
But, like, if my body's not, like, presenting that way, then, like...
Oh, I mean, the problem is, like, I think mentally I'm presenting younger and also old at the same time, but my body is very much where are my kids, my multiple kids.
Right. I mean, I remember when we did go to get that coffee and the little girl just said, she looks like Rebecca's mom, and you had to walk away. You had to walk away.
I had to leave because she wasn't wrong. Like, I think that
I was standing waiting for the coffee, and then Stacey was just half a block away, like mask on, being like, you'll have to come to me because I'm in hiding.
I'm in a dark place after the Rebecca's mom of it all. Well, we all know that girl from the coffee shop is at the kids' table. Even though she is a child, even if she was an adult, she'd be sitting there.
Yeah, but I think Rebecca's mom is at the main table because I think she is clearly a teen mom.
So I just want to be clear that I'm not like saying that if you're a mom, like that's bad. I'm just saying like I don't have children. So to give off the energy as if I've lost a child like that, I'm just always like, where's Michael? Like that sort of is my energy is what I'm saying.
Yeah. Like, again, like I still feel like I'm at the kids' table. So like not like the hateful kids table, but like, like I have more in common with the 4-year-old than I do like the 50-year-old.
Okay. Your table was like a group of women in their close to 50s.
And it's going to be again.
So if you're new to us and you're just listening, just to be clear, so a couple of ground rules, I guess, for the table is that Patrick and I are a walking hypocrisy. And I am a Pisces, like we are flip-floppers.
Leo rising.
Are you Leo rising?
I am.
It's almost your season, July.
My rising season.
Yes, hello. I'm Sagittarius, or I'm Libra.
Do I get each season? Like each one of them, do I get that season too? Because then aren't I all of them?
I guess, I mean, aren't we all of them,
Wow.
Another thing that you should know about us is that we strive for, I would say, like luxury, attention, luxury, abundance. But we dress like we got t-shirts for free at a concert thrown at us.
Again, it's like it was fired out of a cannon
at Pride, and we took it all from the ground.
Yeah, exactly. The person in front of us went to grab it. We pushed them, grabbed it. They were like, "No, I didn't want it." And again, like a lot of my purchases are made through like Instagram targeted ads.
You do wear a lot of shirts that are just always like, I put the big dick in diva or something. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, like just like,
is that a good shirt?
Like a hot pink shirt that just says like pig slut.
That's better.
Yeah. Or the big dick in diva. Like it's like, there is no dick in diva, but
there's a big D.
Okay, I put the big D in diva.
And you can check out our merch. You can either get.
I was just gonna say, like, I know this is the first episode, so like, who wants merch yet? But eyes emoji on anyone who tries to make put the big D in diva shirt, because
no, we have to make that. That's just, no one will buy it. Maybe we will.
Yeah.
Hot pink. I put the big D in diva.
Which again is not helping us look more expensive or better. Like now the outfits are so shitty we have to make them because no one else wants to.
Yeah. We'll do it. We'll do it. And you can buy it. And the link is down below. So should we get into this week's table? Okay, so the first person I'd love to put at my table is obviously Casey Wilson.
You fuck.
Ouch, my heart. You certainly put the big D in diva there.
She's at mine.
She can be at both of ours. I'm saying this is now a 6-person table. So I would like Casey Wilson there. I know.
Set it up. I had this set for me.
It does look smaller than an average book, like not like lengthwise.
Why don't you bring that up at the table, see how it flops?
She'd love it.
At my table, we would only say good things about the wreckage of my presence.
She is so good. I adore Casey Wilson. I love that, like, just her whole life is just out there in a way that I applaud, that I wish I could put out.
The way that I feel like any show that she does, she gets her best friend on, and like probably and likewise, is
June Diane. June Diane's also at my table, so I just want to point that out, that they're both at my table this week.
Okay. So 2 of yours are already best friends, which is a tough dynamic, I will say, to kind of break into sometimes.
But I think this is why, because when you have, like, if you and I are at that table and they're at that table, there is moments of reprieve, which everyone needs, where it's like, you can't just be new person the whole night. You need to like look away for a second and then you need to come back and you need to like, you know, have someone go, oh my God, that's so Patrick, and vice versa. And then, you know, now we're a foursome. Okay.
And who's your third?
Oh my God. Okay. Good question. This week it's really a tie, because I want to say Oprah.
Okay.
Now Oprah's she's gonna be wondering, like, why am I here? You know, who are you? You know, but I just feel like, I'm getting back into her podcast, Super Soul Sunday. I'm really, you know, I'm feeling like at the end of this pandemic, as we're veering the end, I think we need an emotional guiding touch point and like with Casey Wilson and June Diane, we're not going to be talking about like fun pants, like maybe as we're sitting down and apologizing for why we're all an hour late. But once we all anchor, it's time to get real, and we need a guiding light throughout that.
Okay. My only, the thing is that like Oprah
I know it's a big, I'm just saying, like,
a big drop. That's a big drop into the table.
It's the first episode. I mean, like, listen, like, I was watching The Real Housewives of New York, and there was many members I would love to have at that table from there, you know? But I just thought, like, if it's episode 1 and it's like, you know, who do I need?
Yeah. I think the thing is that, like, that would be a lot for my brain to process.
Well, and I could go classic. I could go Diane Keaton. I could go, but, like, I just felt,
I
okay.
could do without. I mean...
Okay. Why?
Weird. Bye, weird.
Diva. No,
like,
I just
sit Diane Keaton with, like, what's her fucking face from Silence of the Lambs, like, and
Jodie Foster.
Yeah.
Okay, absolutely. How dare
them
you?
Together at the flop table.
Oh my god. Okay, absolutely not.
With fucking what's her face who I hate, Laura Linney. Oh,
you know what? I like Laura Linney.
I don't. I think.
Wait. No. I'm mistaking. Wait, I have to look up Laura Linney.
I have always said that my circle of hell is Laura Linney's birthday party.
I always mistake Laura Linney and
kind of give me a clue. I kind of want to guess. Okay, you mix up Laura Linney and Diane Weiss.
Laura Dern.
Oh, Laura Dern. Oh, Laura Dern is not at the flop table.
No. I love Laura Dern. Here's the thing. Laura Linney, I struggle with. I mean, I liked her in Love Actually. But then after that, it's just it's not for me. Same with Amy Adams.
Love Amy. Okay, the thing.
Why? Oh, how?
Oh, okay. What I will give you is that Amy Adams has a little bit of the Laura Linney thing, which is like, I feel like in interviews, they're always talking about their process. And I say, no one cares. But Amy Adams, I feel like we could get a musical on the musical theater tip.
Okay. So no, I don't. Okay, for some reason, and this is just me, if I met her, I'd be like, oh my God, let's be friends. Like, and it would all go awry because this is going to be a rousing success. So, I know that Amy Adams, like, hesitancy is not met often with a big group agreeing with me, but there's something about Amy Adams that gives me very much Anne Hathaway, Les Mis vibes. And I find there's something.
What about Anne Hathaway and Les Mis?
Well, remember when she won the Oscar and she
won an Oscar for it because it was so good?
No.
You're talking about the attitude. Awards. Okay.
Yeah, like that whole season of Anne Hathaway where we all decided no thank you.
First of all, it's Annie Hathaway. Anna's her dead name. Patrick.
I just don't care if an actress can be like, what a Sweeney Todd vibe. Like, I don't care that you know musicals. I do too. Okay. And when you see Amy Adams in, like, she's playing the mom of Dear Evan Hansen.
Yeah.
And that's the vibe. That's my, like, okay. Yeah. Okay. All right.
I mean, yeah. Look, here's the thing. Dear Evan Hansen is a flop.
Okay. I agree.
I saw it. Okay. What I will say is I was like, well, maybe Ben Platt's performance was so remarkable that, like, that'll be something. Because when I saw it in Toronto, I was like,
well, yeah, I mean, like, my 2 cents on Dear Evan Hansen is I watched the rip of Ben Platt, like, just online or whatever. You can watch the musical. The plot of Dear Evan Hansen makes literally no sense at all. His therapist tells him to write letters to himself.
Oh my God, like everyone doing their inner child work. Yeah. Bye. Kids table with your inner child. I'm so over it.
I'm doing inner child work?
Are you really? Well, you can tell your inner child to go fuck herself from me.
My therapist once was like, do you want to like act out. I was like, no, absolutely not. Usually that's a pay what you can situation with about 15 to 20 people.
I was just going to say, you come in like real hot. How's everyone doing tonight? I'm Stacey McGonigal. And yes, I'm wearing a high-waisted pant.
I put the big D in high-waisted denim.
Your therapist's like, whoa.
Well, can I get a location that would fit on this stage?
Let's take the scene 3 ways. Ready, Dr. Weiss? Okay.
Now, when my mom called me a dumb bitch and I was 4, we're going to play with the genre of that. Can I get someone's favorite genre? Western.
Porn. Okay, sir.
Thank you, sir. Make sure to tip the fringe. Everyone works really hard here.
Oh my God, fuck those fringe volunteers. Get over it. I'm 10 minutes late.
Patrick! You cannot.
Keep it in. I support Ben Platt and Dear Evan Hansen. What I did not support was I got tickets to Ben Platt's I'm a musician now concert.
Yeah, I've watched it on Netflix.
What?
His Ben Platt has like a concert on Netflix. The thing that you probably tried to go see. Yeah.
I didn't try. I went.
And
excuse me. He was phenomenal, but he didn't even do a medley of Evan Hansen. And it's like, you have one album.
I know. It's like, give us what we want. Like, I remember going to see this musician in LA and I loved him, and we were all at this concert, and it was like kind of sad music, whatever. And someone was just yelling his main song, like, just play it. Like, they were like, play Hockey Teeth, which is his song. Play Hockey Teeth. He's like, we're going to get to that. And we're all like, yes. And then he never played it. And this person just kept screaming like, please. And then he did like 3 encores. And us as a group was like, can you just play it for this one
Throw
person?
us a bone. Like,
just
you're like,
play it. Come on. I know you're over it, but we want it.
Yes. Like,
I know. And I'm sure it was a conscious decision because he's like a musician, whatever. But
also, Hockey Teeth.
It's a beautiful song.
Hockey Teeth. So missing teeth.
No, it's not about that.
Is it like, sir, I want to buy these teeth for my mother.
Okay, wait. No, first of all, it's not Christmas shoes. My mother once had to pull over and cry because Christmas Shoes was playing and we lost it. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah. She bawled her eyes playing, listening to Christmas Shoes.
Is it that he's buying the shoes like to put in the casket?
I think his mother is. Welcome to the table. Today we're talking Christmas shoes. But
it is very much Pride Month in June. Let's take a deep dive into Christmas shoes.
Christmas shoes is he wants to buy his shoes so when his mother passes tonight that she looks pretty for Jesus.
Oh yeah, if Mama meets Jesus tonight.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well.
And like unrelated.
Is Jesus at the table?
Okay, here's the thing. I think Jesus being at the table would be actually a really fun time because it's like as someone who's like not religious and like at all, like was not, I have no concept. I just found out about like archangels like 3 weeks ago. But from my recollection, Jesus liked to party.
That's what I was thinking. Also, my flex for the rest of my life when I was like, Jesus Christ fucking barebacked me in the bathroom stall. What have you done?
A man dressed as Jesus barebacked you in a bathroom?
Not a man dressed as Jesus. I said my flex if we had Jesus at the table because I think he'd fuck me.
I think he would fuck you too. And I wouldn't be surprised if you're like, I just got raw dogged in this weird stall by Jesus. And I'd be like, what?
Yeah. And then I would have like this like whole like immaculate conception, like butt baby, like it would be so iconic.
And I'd be at the table with Oprah being like, I just think it's my inner child work.
That's the thing. Oprah would give too much space for your inner child work. And I would be like,
but I need that space. And you're getting fucking Eiffel Towered by Jesus and his friends. So who is at your table this week?
Well, Casey Wilson.
But this can be a communal. We're both there. It doesn't need to be a fight.
Yeah, fine. I mean, you know what? Then we get 2 dinners with her.
Great.
It's not a competition, but I think mine will go better.
Why?
Well, I think this guest list is okay. So we have Casey Wilson.
Of course.
We have us.
Mm-hmm.
We have Olivia Rodrigo. Hear me out.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, she'll need a child seat, a little booster.
Now so already I'm like, complicated dynamic, Patrick. Like Olivia Rodrigo is 12 years younger than us.
And a Disney star, very much still in the Disney machine.
How do we bridge the gap? Taylor Swift.
Okay. Will Taylor take an invitation, or will she need some sort of like scavenger hunt filled with clues? And will we have to slowly start inviting her 3 weeks from the dinner? And then she shows up making us all cookies, and we all have to eat them while she watches, and she doesn't have a single one.
I would be so bad at that like scavenger hunt shit. Like I remember like doing this, like taking an improv class where they're like, okay, we're going to get like 2 words and you're going to like bridge the gap between them. And it's like slowly. And it was like banana and dinosaur. And someone was like, banana, fruit. And I went, dinosaur. Can we move on? Like,
Exactly. My point.
We all know it's coming. We all heard both words. I'm bored. This is what I imagine. We're all we're all a support system for Olivia Rodrigo, because I think she's like on a climb and like is doing great work. Like, again, I am feeling that fantasy. I'm listening to nothing but Sour driving to work and just being like, yeah, 1 step forward,
I love Sour.
3 steps back.
I mean, yeah. Enough for you. I mean, oof.
And we are like the support system. Taylor has that like singer-songwriter thing. She's been through it before. But what I really think is there's going to be a bit of a disconnect between us and Taylor and Olivia. And that's where we get Casey. That's where like we are becoming like Taylor's going to be a little bit much. And we are going to be the Greek chorus with Casey of kind of like, LOL, we know being young is crazy. Like, we're going to bring the funny in a way that will forever tie us to Casey.
How old is Olivia?
I want to say, okay, so like, if she's like, I got my driver's license last week, then that means she's like 16 then. So I'm guessing she's like 17 or 18.
Okay. Here's the thing. And I don't, she's 18. I have nothing to talk to an 18-year-old about. I love her music, and I'm happily projecting all of, my 35-year-old pain onto the album. Now, do I need someone like young and fresh wearing friendship bracelets that just like say their name on it, like with little beads? And like doing like the TikTok, like no, I don't have time for that.
It's like, I think that I don't, but then I'm there and I'm like, wait, what's the dance again?
Exactly. I think that you would have a lot of fun. Now, this is where I think you're going to be mistaken, because I think like Casey and I would be like... I was
just going to say, you bitches would turn on me.
Yeah, we would. We'd have to. And maybe Taylor would come in and I would say like, hey, like, I just want to like put it out on the table. Like, this was my expectation. And I want to say that you've totally changed my perception of you. And like, I'm loving this trio. And then you and Olivia are like, bubble laugh, like whatever fucking 18-year-olds do, pillow fight.
The way you are twisting and turning this, so now I am an outcast at my own table.
But you've done that because someone has to be in charge of daycare.
Okay, yes.
Can I tell you?
Okay.
Oh, sorry. No, I'm over talking you. I just think that like, okay, so let's go through sour.
It's not like talking. It's like attacking. Like it's like it is ruining my evening with my friends.
Now, I think here's the thing. I think that we think that Olivia can be at this table because of things like 1 step forward, 3 steps back. I think enough for you, happier. Now,
the fact that I can see you reading these off your phone, like it's like you are not a true.
No, but I was looking for the song that I know is the reason that she's not at the table.
And I think I know what it is.
Say it.
It's brutal, isn't it?
It's brutal and it's good for you. And like when it's just like, good for you. And she's doing the Disney knees, leaning in, wearing a leather jacket, spinning the mic around going, I'm a rebel. It's like, okay, sure.
But she would say like, what am I if not exploited? And I'd be like, let's go have a cigarette.
She's smoking with 2 hands, just so innocent.
Like I'd be like, let's rail some lines.
I do think she's incredibly talented and I do love that album. I think it's like, it just depends on the vibe, but I think that that's a very unique table. I think, you know.
Well, you know what? There it is. And
the first episode.
And we need to move on.
And we need to move on. And we need to move on. That's fine. But I just respect your table. I respect it. I'm letting it land. I'm hearing it. I'm seeing it. I'm loving it. I think I would thrive in that element in a way that would surprise you.
Well, yeah, I mean, you've really taken mine and run with it.
But how do you think, how do you think you would deal with my table? I mean, we've got June Diane Raphael, who's just absolutely incredible. Her podcast, what is it?
I find June Diane Raphael scary.
Why?
I do. I love her, but there's a lot of like power in her eyes.
I love that.
Of course. And it wouldn't, I don't think our first, again, it's a bit of the Chelsea Handler. Like, I don't think our first meeting would go great. I would be nervous. And then I would like say weird stuff.
But I think I would be nervous too. But like, if you listen to her podcast, The Deep Dive, I mean, like, she's just so caring and like vulnerable and is very open to communication. So for me, I think it would just be such an amazing conversation. I think it would be riveting.
I think it would harness something in me where like, because I would be too scared to try to make her laugh because I think it would go wrong. I would immediately be like, did you know I have a meth problem? Or I had one. And it would be like, you'd be like,
no, but I think
we don't even have the appetizers yet. Like,
no. But listen, we've got June Diane, we have Casey Wilson, and we have Oprah. Like, I think that is the table to go, I have a meth problem, and people going like, okay.
Which, by the way, I don't currently have.
No, Patrick doesn't currently have a meth problem. Let me bring out my brush and we'll just have an awkward intermission.
Suddenly now the table is my intervention. Sorry, I'll just be a second. Okay.
No, very much not. But I just think that this would be the table to like, here's the thing. If you're going to have a dinner with Taylor and Olivia Rodrigo, like we're going to keep it up. We're going to keep it peppy. But if we want to have a nice conversation that's like deep and changing where you go, oh my God, like I feel really good. It's just 2 different vibes. Do you think Taylor would?
I would be bringing myself down to my base self with Olivia. And I think you're kind of right that it would be hard to come back after like I've shown that publicly.
Your
like,
true
it's like,
self. Like
my true 16-year-old girl self that I think, that would be a tough, hopefully it would be after your dinner. So Casey would would have like some more information about me to see this layer.
Sure.
that could actually very much bring us together more. Because I could throw a little wink, a little like, oh my God, I'm so embarrassing. Like maybe like, you know, when Olivia goes to the bathroom and then she's like, oh, wow.
I just think it's a really hard dynamic to spin because it's like.
Yeah, you've made that clear.
It's just like.
You've made it clear. It's a tough dynamic. You will soar. I will like, flop.
No, but no, I'm just saying this. You can't.
I'm
go
the
to
Diane
Claire.
Keaton of the table.
Oh, here we go.
Let's talk about the tie again.
No, you can't go into a Claire's hoping for a Holt Renfrew. And I'll just leave it at that.
What the fuck does that have to do with me?
I'm just saying an evening with Olivia Rodrigo.
What the fuck does some nasty thing that someone said to you in high school have to do with me?
I wish someone said that to me. I just made it up. That's again going to be on our merch, and you can check it down below.
I'm not even quite sure like what it means. Like it's a little bit like, kind of like a Southern saying that you're like, what? Like you're like, you cannot go into a Claire's and expect a Holt Renfrew.
Holt Renfrew.
Get in the car.
Let me tell you, did it make you feel a type of way? It feels, your face went like this. After I said that.
Yeah, it is that like Southern kind of like, did you just call me a cunt?
No, like I'm just saying like, it's like Olivia Rodrigo is 18, right? So like she's got a youthful, exuberant, like optimism in her eyes. And this is again, allegedly, like we are all just like putting this on these people we don't know, but like a youthful energy with a table of people in their 30s. It's like... And a table with June Diane and Casey and Oprah Winfrey.
I mean, I think Casey has children. I think
but
the
she
thing
doesn't
is
want to
like, I think some of us like have the capacity to be like mentors and we can kind of channel like a more selfless energy. And I understand that might not be for you.
No, it's not. And it's not when I want to go for a meal. So I have to eat garlic bread and inspire someone else. I'm just trying to get through the day here.
That's the other thing. Olivia and I would order the same shit because I would get the garlic bread with cheese and then I would be like, I don't know, get some like pasta with butter.
I will tell you that I feel like the meals for both would be fun. I feel like it would be really good food.
Yeah.
There would be bread. It would be consumed.
Yeah.
Which is always nice. Yeah, I very much feel a pasta vibe with Taylor and Olivia. Like, I think we're just, and Casey, I think we would all just kind of go for it. And I think we might go for it in the same way. Sharesies.
Can I have a bite? How is it?
I do think it would be weird.
It.
Yeah. Okay, so let's get into the kids' table. This is like the people we are not feeling this week. It is ever changing. Patrick, who's at your kids' table?
Thank you so much for asking.
If you say me, I'm going to fucking lose my fucking mind.
Just every week and save it to the end to be like,
and we all do this.
Bitch. Yeah.
You.
Oh, you. Maybe ignore. Okay, so here's my first person. So,
okay.
I'm lucky enough to have a friend named Brienne who has like a lot of Instagram followers, and she shared my pride photo on her thing, on her like page. So suddenly like your girl got a bunch of activity on like, again, literally like just one photo. They didn't go much deeper, but that's fine.
Of course.
And I will say though, So there were a couple of, I think, like tweens who decided to like get some opinions. And it was very kids table energy for me. Cause someone said, in the background of my pride photo, please throw it up. I mean,
look at the material.
Look at the material. First of all, I mean, if anyone has seen me recently, you can tell this is not current. But someone wrote, where are the masks?
Okay.
Shut up. Shut the fuck up.
It's so clearly an older photo.
I did the TBT and like, whatever. Anyway.
Also, who's having an elaborate pride? It's a pandemic.
And it's the beginning of Pride. There's not a parade at the beginning of Pride. Like, it's like mess. someone else wrote L'Oreal tests on animals. And here's the thing.
Huh. Interesting. Because L'Oreal sponsored. Did they sponsor? They sponsored.
They're just in the background. It's like I'm like kind of in front of a L'Oreal float.
Right.
Hashtag ad.
Open to sponsorships too. First episode, again, down below.
So the thing is, I think because of the age of this person, because they're like L'Oreal tests on animals, and I wanted to be like, why? Because I'm a pig bottom. And I was like, maybe that like...
Okay.
I don't know if, again, like my older energy would be appropriate.
Olivia, answer.
Pop off. And then someone else just wrote, this is at chinwe.u. God, please drop a bomb there. I'm sorry. I know that I'm the one that's allowed to laugh, but when I tell you, like, I will say, like, I feel very prepared for, like, a life of celebrity, because when I saw that comment, I died laughing.
It is... It is remarkable to me that like the second, like you see it all the time. It's like people, like you see people on TikTok who like gain fame or whatever and get popular. And then all of a sudden you see them like starting to get tons of comments that are kind of getting to them. And then it's like, they get to a point where they're like, I can't please you. And then they're apologizing for non-things. And like, it's just constant. And you got like a sprinkling. And it was like, it was so that's wild.
Of like, do you respond? And then I'm like, no, it's like, it's drivel. Like, it's like, and it's like, I don't know, a bit of the Trisha Paytas energy. Like, we all get death threats. Like, it's fine. Keep it pushing. Like,
but not everyone has that like mentality. Like, I still remember like one YouTube comment that said I looked like a bloated whale that got like shoved onto land. And I was like, I wasn't even talking about the water. It just came out of nowhere.
Okay, it depends on the trigger, right? And like, I guess just like,
sure,
a hate crime isn't a trigger for me.
You're like, cute.
Honestly, that's my favorite comment there. I'm going to like it. Like, I was going to report it, and then I was like, oh, but then it'll go away. Like, it just like, it feels like, I don't know.
But they're at your kids' table is these trolls. Your new famous online trolls.
Haters.
The haters
table.
It turns out to be haters back off. What is that from? Miranda
sings.
Yeah. Okay, so the haters are at your table.
Haters are at my table.
The kids' table.
But like, honestly.
No, okay. They're not invited to the table. I'm leaving.
But I'm saying, I think we do have to pay a visit to our kids' table. You have to say hi to the kids.
You have to say hi to the kids, and you have to throw them your celery or whatever they eat. Yeah. Okay. You know who I was going to put at the kids' table this week?
I think... Okay, I have two guesses in my mind.
Okay.
I'm guessing you're going to throw... Are you going to put Luann there?
I'm, of course, putting Luann de Lesseps there.
Okay.
I'm, of course, I just watched Real Housewives of New York and the latest episode. And Luann is out of control. Luann is out of control to a point of frustration. And the preview of the next episode confirmed that Luann needs to go to the kids' table. This season needs a Bethany. It needs someone going, you're nuts. You're out of line. And Luann is just, I can't.
Which I think, like, what I am loving, though, is that, like, that person is Sonia. Like,
Sonia's the only voice of reason.
Being like, I don't think she's angry. Like, again, this is like Real Housewives of New York. Ebony confronts Luann about, a conversation just kind of goes off the rails because they're talking about like.
Well, Ramona was sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. Ramona oh my God. Okay, basically a conversation goes off the rails when the word education is brought up. It's being kind of like Luann is talking about just being brought up Catholic, but uses the word education. Ebony says she's one of the most educated people there, which is just a fact. Yeah. And then that really just sends...
Well, it all stemmed because Leah was talking about sex, which Ramona pretends is like really offensive to her, even though she's like showing her boobs and like full nipples and butt or whatever all over Instagram. So Leah's like, well, where's the line? Like, you're just choosing when you're you're a demure woman. And Ebony's like, yeah, that's like, you know, like, and then Ebony
Leah calls her daughter a cunt.
Loved.
That was one of those, like, I'm like, that's one of those things, like, again, I know, like,
But Ramona, okay, but Leah shouldn't have done that.
She is a cunt.
Like,
again, and I'm assuming that we're going to bleep that each time.
But like Jane. Avery,
Avery sucks. Avery sucks.
And Avery has so many stories about her being like disrespectful. She tried to move through FedEx. She tried to just put things in a box and have people move it. And they were like, we're not a moving company. But Ramona said that like Avery said like, who talks like that? And that's so disgusting. It's like Leah is obviously at a moment of like her grandmother's passing and it's very complicated. And that doesn't excuse poor behavior. And you shouldn't just be saying cunt at a lunch. But like, but no one reacted. But then Ramona's like, well, I don't talk like that because that's not how I was brought up. And Luann goes, me neither. And they reference that they were they grew up Catholic or whatever. And then Ebony's like, well, they said something about class. And she goes, no. And then Luann said, it has nothing to do with class. It's to do with education, referring to like them having more education. And Ebony was like, absolutely not.
But and the thing is though, like what Luann was saying was it's the way that you've been educated. Like, it's not like, oh, how much education do you have?
Yeah,
it's
but
like
Luann's still wrong.
What you have been taught.
But Luann's still wrong. And like Leah was screaming and yelling and like.
That was a great point when Ebony was like, this girl just literally like yelled at everyone and stormed off and no one called her angry. No one called her anything. They were just like.
No one called her anything. They're like, bye. And she was like, you're a hoe, you're a hoe, you're a hoe. And then Luann was just like, you're so angry. Why are you so angry? And then like Luann, the next episode is like, well, I'm sure you'll apologize to me. It's like, Ebony didn't say anything that was rude. She wasn't like, your daughter's a bitch. She was like, if you'd like me to leave your home, I will, because I respect you. And she goes, yeah, you should leave. I mean, Luann.
I thought about, and maybe I would like him as the waiter. I thought about throwing into my table the nude model.
I was going to throw him at the kids' table because he was like, who's going to take this towel off? And I was like, oh, Jesus Christ.
Me with my fucking teeth. I tried to see if he had an OnlyFans. I like want to deep dive. I found his first name, his last name, his Instagram, just like his paintings. And it's like, no. Yeah. I also thought about making Kathy Hilton our waitress because I don't know about a full dinner with her, but I would love her coming in and out and then us being able to talk about her when she walks away.
Oh my God, Kathy Hilton being like, I thought it was a pop. It was a Red Bull.
Drinking a Red Bull in the middle. Her coming into Kyle's room being like, I've got my fan. She's got a fan. She's going into multiple people's rooms with a bunch of newspapers and a Red Bull and chips in bed. What?
That's an energy of a friend I want.
Yeah.
You know?
Of like, again, I think it's important for some of us to unlearn boundaries. And take our inner child and tell them to get over themselves. And,
I can't even. I will say.
And if someone marches into my room with a fan, some chips, and a Red Bull, and I'm like, get the fuck out of here, and then they don't.
They cuddle into bed with you? That's nice.
As much as that's the kids' table, I would still go over, pay a visit, and want to leave with every single one of them liking me because I like the power of someone liking me and me hating them. I can't get over when someone hates me.
Wow.
Yeah. If there's a double hate, I can't do that. I can't hate them and they hate me. I need to get them to like me. so that I can hate them and like plot against them. But then usually it backfires and I end up liking them. It's how we become friends.
This is very J-Lo energy. Like, I will leave you, A-Rod, and then I will go back to all my boyfriend exes.
What a smart move to then be like, I'll go back to Ben because that's the story. No one's talking about fucking Summer House or whatever or Southern Charm.
Southern Charm.
Yeah.
Yeah. The cheating, I cannot. Power moves. That's our first table. I'm excited.
I am too.
We're really excited. So if you have people that you would love to be on your table, message us. If you like this episode, give it a review. I mean, let us know what you think of it.
Yeah.
Every week we'll be breaking down our tables and our kids' tables, and we've got a lot of fun guests coming that are going to be talking about their tables as well.
Yeah, super duper excited for our very special guests. Again on
what?
I was going to say dead name again. I was going to be like, and our dead name podcast, regular pop, like
you cannot, Jane, please. We can't use that.
You can use the first time I say dead name. I don't give a fuck. Well, on regular pop, we had our table. So there's like mine. We'll have like a little mixy do with, I don't know if we need to use this or not, but we had our previous guests do their table. So very excited to like.
Yeah, so we'll be putting those up as like little extras so you can get to know like our eternal tables, our forever tables, and then jump on in and new episodes every week. Subscribe. And again, our merch is dropped, put the big D in Diva is down below. So please enjoy.
Don't walk into a Claire's thinking it's Holt Renfrew. And then maybe just a line of like, I'm at the kids' table or I'm at the table. Wow.
Yeah, exactly. Wow. We've already got a full shop. So have fun. Get one for your friends. Happy Pride.
Yeah.
And we'll see you next week. Bye. Bye.